Now, in abrogation, there are things that we have to understand. We have abrogation in religion, yes. But there are things that can never be abrogated in religion. One of the things that all the Muslims probably agree, we don't know anyone who has said something different, that, for example, the Allah attributes can't be abrogated. It's not possible that Allah will say today he is Sami'un Basir, or he goes down every night or whatever, and then later he will say he doesn't. That's not possible. That shouldn't be abrogated. I'm not going to do very in details, because everything that you take, you have to take it into what we say step by step, because if I go into details you won't understand probably nothing, but I will go into details as much as possible. Sometime I will say this is agreed on, but the truth is it's not really agreed on. It just, in principle, in general, it's agreed on. But if I try to go into the details, you may get lost. So, they agree that on asl of Tawheed, the core of Tawheed, there is no abrogation. What they don't say, but we should believe it that way, that the Tawheed, the religion, the core of the religion, can't be abrogated. Meaning that the Tawheed, that the thing that Allah will, we know that the day of judgment, the least of the believer, the one who came with la ilaha illallah, will get out of hellfire. That is something that can't be abrogated. I mean, the thing that Allah will not forgive someone in this ummah for doing, because Allah doesn't forgive shirk. Only shirk Allah doesn't forgive. He forgives anything. Yeah? That can't be abrogated. We can't say that differs from nation to nation. It must be the same. For the hadith of the Prophet where he said that نحن معشر الأنبياء ديننا واحد. We, the prophets, our religion is one. والشرائع مختلفة. أولاد علات. We are the children of different mothers to one father. So the core of the religion, the Tawheed, is one. The Sharia is different from one prophet to another, but the Tawheed is one. If someone tells me, if someone says the one who doesn't pray our prayer is a Kafir, we say no, he is not, because that prayer is not the prayer that prayer the other prophets didn't pray it. If someone says, okay, what about people at time of Nuh and at time of Adam? Probably they never heard about Muhammad. And if someone doesn't believe in Muhammad, he's a Kafir. Or some people at the time of, we will say that everybody must believe in the prophets of Allah, whether he knows their names or not. If we reject any prophet that we don't know of, then we will not be a Muslim. And the same thing, if a man at the time of Nuh, he was told that there will be a prophet and he never believed, he rejected him, he will be a Kafir. Same thing with us. So we have, in general, we have to, and when you say this, okay, in our nation, if someone doesn't believe alcohol is haram, is kafir. In other nations, people used to drink alcohol. It was halal for them. Yes, that's true. In our religion, if someone doesn't know the alcohol is haram, he still is not kafir. Person is not kafir for not knowing that alcohol is haram. He is kafir for denying what Allah, or changing the law of Allah. And the same thing with the previous nations.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Salah issue, because it's a real sore point, and I want you to clear it up for me, inshallah. A lot of people, you know which ones I'm talking about, say that the reason why someone becomes a kafir, the reason why somebody is a kafir when it comes to salah, because of those hadiths, which I'm not familiar with.
But there is no any hadith clear that someone if leaves the prayer is kafir. There is hadith.
Can you tell us?
العهد الذي بيننا وبينهم الصلاة. The difference between us and them is the prayer. فمن تركها فقد كفر. Whoever leaves it, فقد كفر. And then you find hadith sahih. The Prophet said, من ادعى لغير أبيه وهو يعلم أنه غير أبيه فقد كفر. Whoever calls himself to other than his father, and he knows that he is not father, then he has committed kufr, the way that he said it about the prayer. Or any slave that ran away from his masters, he has committed kufr. Don't become kuffar, hitting the necks of each other. But this is all kufr, which is the kufr, the small kufr, not the big kufr, not the kufr that takes you away from religion. Yeah, and they agree in other hadith, the one who's called himself to other than his father, they agree that he is not kafir. So the prayer is the same. And the prayer has two different meanings. Where you find the prayer as whoever lives, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in Quran, قُلْ مَا يَعْبَأُ بِكُمْ رَبِّي لَوْلَا دُعَاؤُكُمْ. Prayer is وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ. Now prayer meaning, the real meaning in prayer is dua, invocation. And there is the prayer of meaning, the Sharia prayer is to pray 5 times a day, or stand up, bow, prostrate. And here we have to take it that way, because for I told you the core Tawheed, the shirk, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرُ أَنْ يُشْرَكَ بِهِ. Allah doesn't forgive that someone that associates have been taken beside him, worshipped beside him. وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ. And prayer is not Tawheed, it's beside Tawheed. حتى يقولوا لا إله إلا الله ويقيموا الصلاة ويؤتوا الزكاة. So إقامة الصلاة, praying, is other than لا إله إلا الله. It's something extra.
As I said, I have not been ordered to fight the people. Another one that they'll come with is I have not been ordered to fight the people until they say
لا إله إلا الله.
Establish the
prayer and give the zakah, and then you ask them, do you believe that zakah, the one who leaves zakah doesn't give zakah, is a kafir?
Who doesn't give
zakah, pay his zakat, because the hadith say
sinful then,
yeah. Okay, it's the same the salah, they are mentioned together. Okay, anyway, there is no any hadith clear that make tariq salah, the one who leaves prayer, as kafir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُزَكِّيهِمْ تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا. Take from their wealth sadaqah, to cleanse them with it. وَصَلِّ عَلَيْهِمْ, and then pray over them. Does it mean he pray takbir, ruku', sujud? No, salah here. It's in Quran, salli. But Allah, the Prophet, what did he do when he takes zakat from people? He will say, "Oh Allah, Allahumma salli ala ali Abi Awfa." So this is the salah. And then when the Prophet said, if someone is invited, he should answer. If he is fasting, he should pray. And then you ask them, does it mean he has to pray? He will say, no, it's enough for him to say, to make dua for the person. So this is here salat as well. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Your Lord said, call me, I will answer you. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ عَنْ عِبَادَتِي. Those who take pride of worshipping me, سَيَدْخُلُونَ جَهَنَّمَ دَاخِرِينَ. They will go into hellfire. So that is the salah. That is, no one is allowed to leave. If someone, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying in Quran, قُلْ مَا يَعْبَأُ بِكُمْ رَبِّي لَوْلَا دُعَاءُكُمْ. Allah will not care about you if it wasn't for your dua. Aisha asked the Prophet, Abdullah ibn Jud'an. Abdullah ibn Jud'an is her cousin. Not first cousin, but cousin of Abu Bakr. He was very wealthy in Jahiliyyah. They say that he found a treasure. They don't know where he got his money from. He had what we call like a plate. I don't know what we call it. A big plate. The Prophet used to sleep under the shadow of that plate. It was like a plate where hundreds of people will turn around. And he will slaughter every day a camel for the poor. People will, for free in Mecca forever. As long as he was alive, he was doing that. And she asked the Prophet that he used to help the poor, the orphans, honor the guest, help the needy. Will this help him at all? Prophet said no. He never said, oh Allah, forgive me the day of judgment. So he never needed Allah. He doesn't need Allah. He never asked Allah or made dua for Allah. Allah doesn't need him.
So you're saying if there's a person who calls himself a Muslim and he doesn't make dua, he doesn't make salah, yeah, he doesn't think of Allah consciously.
Yeah, he doesn't need him. He doesn't need him. He is kafir.
Okay. Wow. That's good point.
So this is the salah that is was common between all the prophets. No matter how they did their prayer, within their prayer, this is they used to ask Allah. This is what is prayer. Because within the prayer you ask Allah. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. So you are asking Allah in prayer. And all the prophets used to ask Allah in their prayers. So this is the prayer that if anyone leave, he is definitely a kafir. And this is the part of this prayer, which is part of our prayer now, the way we do it as Muslims, is the common prayer between all the prophets. When they pray, they ask Allah. Even if someone asks Allah and asks, oh Allah, I need dunya. Give me dunya. I don't care about akhirah. I don't need it. This person is kafir. This person, the day of judgment, will be in hell forever. Because he didn't ask for it, Allah will not give it to him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in Quran, فَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا. When he in Hajj, he said some people will say, oh Allah, give us in this life. وَمَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَقٍ. In the hereafter, he has no share. So the salah is to ask Allah, to pray for Allah, to ask Allah for the hereafter. So this is the go back. This is a prayer. So this Tawheed can't be abrogated, can't be changed from nation to nation, or even within our Sharia can't be changed. The first day the Prophet came as Prophet, what did he ask people to say? La ilaha illallah. The thing that they understood, you see, when someone has heard the Prophet saying, say La ilaha illallah, and someone said it, he said La ilaha illallah and came back. Anything that that person could have done or not done, and it wouldn't have made him a kafir, will not make us today kafir if we do it or don't do it. You see that person there. If after the Prophet said, say La ilaha illallah, he said La ilaha illallah. And afterwards, he went, tried to find someone, let's go and finish this religion. He said it from his heart, and he believed him. But he went from there, trying to find someone with all his heart, not trying to play but he wanted someone, let's finish this before it grows up. That person will be a Muslim. That person will be a kafir. Same thing if he does today. If that person said, yeah, I believe you with all my heart, and started mocking, he knows that he trusts him that you are saying the truth, and started laughing at Allah, making mockery of Allah or the Prophet. Will he be a Muslim? He won't be a Muslim. If the Prophet said anything else there, and he rejected it, he said, yeah, I believe you, you are the Prophet Allah, and said anything, and then said, but this I won't accept. Will he be a Muslim? He won't be a Muslim. That are the things that will not make someone today Muslim. Anything that was delayed, Tawheed doesn't come in like part. It's you get it straight away. Then you understand that word La ilaha illallah. That is Tawheed. It won't increase, it won't decrease. Anything else will be extra Sharia. So that will not be abrogated ever. The Tawheed can't be abrogated. We say that the merits, the attributes of Allah can't be abrogated.
If somebody says they can be abrogated for a millisecond, 1 second they could be abrogated, meaning, I'll tell you what. For example, let's say Isa alayhi salam was the prophet, and then Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam suddenly becomes a prophet. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam abrogated Isa, everything, including Tawheed, and then made it Tawheed in 1 second.
What are you saying?
Because
I say Tawheed can't be abrogated. Tawheed, whether there is prophet, whether there is no prophet, that is the same Tawheed. That is what Allah will ask people, the day of judgment. Anybody who come without Tawheed, whether he had a prophet or he didn't, he will be a kafir. The fact he will be forgiven or not, that is different story. But anyone who didn't believe ilaha illallah at any point of life since Allah created the world until today, any human being who doesn't believe ilaha illallah or jinn or an angel, the angels will all believe anyway, so that person will be, that jinn or human being is a kafir. Tawheed can't be abrogated. This is what Allah created the human and the jinn for. It is His mercy that He has sent people to remind them, but He has taken when He has taken from them the covenant, He took the covenant from them in their back of the Adam. He didn't say that He divided them into groups or into religions and gave everyone. He told them one thing: Alastu bi rabbikum. He asked them the same question, the same Tawheed. He didn't go into details with them. So that is what He is going to ask them the day of judgment, whether they met a prophet or not. That was actually enough. To see La ilaha illallah, the Islam is La ilaha illallah. That is Islam. There is nothing that will make someone kafir except breaking La ilaha illallah.
Even if they don't pray.
Yeah, even if they don't pray. Prayer is not a condition to become a Muslim. It is a rukn of Islam, but you can still be a Muslim without praying. You see, when the Prophet says, "Nahnu ma'shar al-anbiya awladu illat," we, the prophets, are children of illat, meaning one father, different mothers. Dinuna wahid. The Tawheed is one. The Sharia is different. Anything that a man at the time of Noah or after the time of Adam could have done and doesn't make him a kafir. A person today, if he does it, will not make him kafir. Anything that a person at the time of Adam or Noah did not do from his followers, from his own people who follow him and believe in him, if a person would have not done at the time of Adam or Noah, today a person, if he doesn't do it, he will not become a kafir. He might be a sinner, like not praying. Because the prayer that we pray, this is not exactly the prayer that Noah was praying. Understand? Someone might say, what about believing in Muhammad? People of Noah didn't believe in Muhammad. No, they believed in Muhammad. They believed in every prophet, like we believe in every prophet, even though we don't know them. They believed in everything that comes from Allah, every hukm. They accept it. And we are required to accept everything that comes from Allah. If we don't do that, we are not Muslims. Anything extra prayer, and this is things that a person, if he doesn't do, is a sinner. He might go to hellfire for it for some time, but he is not kafir. It is extra. More than, it's not extra meaning if you do it or you don't do it now. I mean, extra than La ilaha illallah. There is no such action that if you don't do it or you do it, that has to be the action of the heart. That is what makes a person Muslim or not. And you are welcome to go and revise this matter and discuss it further.
Inshallah.
Yeah, I mean, you have always the Sheikh to ask. And does he have the same opinion?
I think
I'm not sure. That's fine. You don't think. Just leave it until you ask it.
You're answering. You're fine. I think what's it called? The only thing
it's turned off, yeah.
No, I think yours is turned. Ilyas turned it off.